How Nokia won the world and lost it. At one point, it was 4% of Finland's GDP, then it fell. You remember the ringtone. You remember Snake. You remember swapping covers and snapping a battery back into place. 2 bars of signal could last a weekend. Texting felt instant. The charger stayed in a drawer because you didn't need it every night. By the late 2000s, Nokia wasn't a player. It was the player. About 40% global share. In the last quarter of 2007, it shipped more phones than its next 3 rivals combined. If you lined those boxes end to end, they'd circle the equator. And yet, the break came quietly when the moat moved from hardware to software, from devices to platforms and ecosystems. Nokia didn't die because it stopped innovating in hardware. It died because it underestimated software, ecosystems, and speed, and then doubled down on the wrong platform. When the moat moves, the king changes. How did a pulp mill become a phone colossus? 1865, a mill on a Finnish river. Then rubber boots, cables, TVs and monitors. Then the big pivot, digital mobile networks. The company learned how to speak standards, GSM, then 3G. It sold the towers, and then it sold the thing that lived in your pocket. 1992 brings a focused bet on telecom. The slogan, "Connecting people," becomes a promise you can hold. Models you still hear in conversations today. 2110, 3210, 3310. The keypad becomes muscle memory. T9 turns a number pad into a writing instrument. Series 40 for feature phones. Series 60 for smartphones. Candy bars and sliders in every cafeteria and bus stop. Then cameras arrive as a feature, not a bolt-on. 5 megapixels with Carl Zeiss glass on the N95 turns a phone into the camera you actually carry. Removable batteries that last days, not hours. Infrared gives way to Bluetooth. People trade ringtones, then photos, then entire nights of texts. Inside Finland, Nokia isn't just a company. It becomes a national project, outsized in exports and market cap and pride. But dominance hid a trap. The name of that trap was Symbian. On paper, powerful. In practice, aging. Shipping new experiences took too long. A capability signing model made simple apps feel complex. Multiple user interfaces, S60, UIQ, plus manufacturer spins, meant designers and developers kept relearning the same work. If you ever tried to do something simple and found yourself 5 menus deep, you've felt that friction. If you tried to install an app and hit a certificate warning, you've felt the cost of caution turning into drag. Then the rules change. 2007. Apple doesn't just ship a touchscreen. It ships a distribution machine, the App Store, so a developer can reach millions with 1 upload and 1 revenue share. 2008. Google ships Android, a developer-first OS anyone can adopt. Suddenly, the important roadmap isn't 60 phone models. It's 1 platform release, on time, with the APIs developers beg for, and a store that feels alive. By the 3rd quarter of 2010, the momentum flips. On paper, Symbian still leads. In reality, Android is a rocket. Apple ships 1 major operating system each year and a rhythm of point releases. Google does the same and invites every price tier to join. The gravity shifts to platforms that ship finishable software every year and make developers money. Momentum beats snapshot. Inside Nokia, people know Symbian isn't the future. The plan is Maemo, Linux-based, modern UI, and then MeeGo with Intel. On paper, perfect. There's even a unification play. Qt, a common framework to write once and run across devices. But the calendar won't slow down for a clean transition. In practice, it's too late, too slow. S40, Symbian, Maemo/MeeGo, 3 software tracks, focus splits, hardware sprints, software jogs. Meetings create more roadmaps than releases. Integration debt grows while competitors ship their next OS on schedule. February 2011, CEO Stephen Elop writes the memo everyone quotes, "Burning platform." The line that matters is the one about ecosystems, apps, tools, cloud tie-ins, developer love, and an upgrade path people can feel each year. The next day, Nokia announces a partnership with Microsoft. Windows Phone becomes the primary OS. On stage, the tiles look clean and decisive. In the market, it's a 2-horse race already sprinting. And between those 2 horses and Nokia's new one sits an app gap you can feel. Your friends have that banking app. You don't. Your transit authority supports their store, not yours. Your favorite game exists there. Here, it's coming soon. The hardware keeps pushing. Lumia cameras stabilize shots your hands can't. Wireless charging lands on nightstands. The pure view idea, oversampling from a huge sensor, shows up like a glimpse of the future. 2 years later, in 2013, Microsoft buys Nokia's devices and services business for 5.44 billion euros. The promise is a third ecosystem. In 2015, Microsoft writes off roughly $7.6 billion tied to the deal. The third ecosystem never really arrived. The lesson: if you don't control the layer that picks winners, the OS, the store, the dev incentives, you don't get to pick the ending. There's a common objection, but Symbian still led in 2010. Wasn't Nokia fine? Leadership is not momentum. Developers and carriers were already aligning to iOS and Android because they had predictable yearly releases, modern APIs, analytics, billing, and a store that paid on time. Momentum compounds, tooling improves, tutorials multiply, the talent pool moves where the jobs move. MeeGo's first great phone arrived too late to bend the curve. Speed beats scale when the rules change. So what happens after a fall that public? Reinvention by subtraction. Nokia sells Here Maps, a world-class mapping asset, to a BMW Audi Daimler consortium for 2.8 billion euros. That sale funds the pivot. Then, in 2016, Nokia combines with Alcatel-Lucent, absorbing Bell Labs and stepping into the top tier of global network gear. Radios, transport, and core networks, the plumbing of 4G and 5G, become the business. It's not as visible as a phone in your hand, but it is the backbone behind the screen. Enterprise and private 5G arrive. Operators get new options. The company that once sold you a ringtone now sells the network that carries your video calls. By 2023, Nokia refreshes the brand and makes hard cuts as 5G demand slows. Meanwhile, the Nokia name on consumer phones continues through HMD Global. Feature phones, Android handsets, even a 3310 revival that cashes in on muscle memory. Nostalgia sells. But the real Nokia, the listed company, is the network behind the devices it no longer makes. Why did Nokia dominate so completely for so long? Because it pivoted earlier than its peers, out of pulp into cables, out of TVs into GSM, out of analog assumptions into digital networks. It mastered supply chains, carrier relationships, industrial design, battery life, and radio performance. It made technology feel sturdy and friendly and normal. That's how you win a decade. Why did Nokia fall so quickly once the smartphone era truly started? Because the game board changed from ship the most SKUs to ship one platform, on time, every time. Because the asset that compounded wasn't factories, it was developers. Because the important accessory wasn't a swappable cover, it was an app icon. And because horizontal platforms erase the advantage of vertical hardware, unless you control the software that makes the hardware matter. So here's the synthesis. Nokia rose by pivoting faster than its peers. Pulp to cables to GSM to the phones you grew up with. It fell when it stopped pivoting in software, just as software took the wheel. And it survived by pivoting again into the networks connecting the phones it no longer makes. Your turn. Did you own a Nokia? Yes or no? Drop it in the comments. And if you did, which model? Thanks for watching.